Is there a need for me to tell you that Greenleaf started off with a bang? Not really, because they always do. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Greenleaf. This is season 5, episode 1. Listen, this is the final season of the series. I'm really not happy. Not happy because I don't understand. I don't know what the problem is. This is like one of my favorite shows that are actually on the air. Why they're ending here, I don't know, but that's always been the thing. Shonda Rhimes said, you end here. You don't end here. Oprah says the same thing. You end here. You don't end here. So I guess that's what it's given. Listen, I'm paying attention. Those are the mentors. I'm paying attention. You end here. You don't drag it all out. You end here. So, okay, cool. So that's what's going on. This is the final season of Greenleaf. Listen, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. You understand? I'm going to enjoy. So, we start off with a bang, as usual. First thing we see, listen, May is on one. Lady May is completely on one, like she knows that this is the end of the series. She done went into a fast. Marisol's trying to get her to eat. All she got is some lemons, baby, and some water. She's like, no, Jesus did it for 40 days, and look what happened. He saved the whole human race. I said, come on here, May. She trying to get it together, but baby, she's in full Lady May picking. First thing, Charity go walk by. She said, oh, here she is. Here she is, honey. Benedictine. Oh. I said Benedictine. For real, Lady May. Just Patty. Said Benedictine Arnold, honey. She sold out her whole family. Turned on the whole family. I said, oh, you are so petty. Child, Charity was given, really? Yeah, really. You did. You did, whore. Anyway, she ends up going on. Then Aaron come in with his old fine self, child. She said, come on and sit down, Aaron. And he's like, Lady May, what is going on? This fast, you feeling okay? She told me to tell you something. Shh, just between you and me. I don't even care nothing about that church. I'm so over it. Whatever. They're gonna tear that church down. I'm over it. Don't say nothing to nobody. He said, are you feeling okay? Child, she working. Listen, sometimes it's better to not ponder over things that you can't change. But, to give up is really not in May's nature. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, moving on. Jacob and Carissa. Listen, Jacob is so over Carissa. I call her Carissa. Child, because she's old. Anyway, I might call her anything, but just to say, Carissa. Listen. She's threatening him with that will that she got from her Latin lover that gave her an STD. He told her, he said, really? Oh, great. So, you're running around handing out chlamydia and wheels. Isn't that nice? I said, oh, I mean, everybody is playing for keeps. You hear me? She will say, well, listen, you know what? Because the will basically claims that the Greenleaf family, basically killed the previous owners to get the mansion and the church and all of that stuff. And so she's threatened him, telling him, you better take care of me in the divorce, or these papers will end up showing up, you never know where and what I'll end up with. I said, listen to her. Listen to now wait, granted, we're not going to forget the things that Jacob did to her in the past. We're not going to forget that. But Carissa, really? All right, I guess it is what it is. Charity, she's at it with Phil. She's like pissed, which naturally I understand. He's telling her, listen, we got to go in here. We got to talk to the board. Let's keep everything as a united front. You know, this, that thing. She says, oh, yes. We're going to go in unified, and it's definitely going to be a front. Definitely. And you give Judy my best. I said, oh. Baby, when they went in there to that little meeting, honey, with the board, Miss Charity was carrying on. Do you hear me? Carrying, baby. And what she's doing, she's talking about, yes, y'all better make sure y'all come and see when I preach this, that, thing, and the other, and told him, yeah, it's going to be this, that, and the other. She's basically corralling all the black women and the black folk. And then told him, you know, until your great white hope shows up, honey, it's all me. I said, oh. So she done went to acting like a true live Greenleaf at this point. She's pissed with Phil. And she on a mission with a plan, but you know she gonna go to the side and cry. Then her little friend, you know, her little gay friend, comes in and told her, I gotta go, baby. And she's like, can this day get any worse? When he told her, he said, I ain't signed up for all what y'all got going on here. I'm out of here. This ain't right. It ain't none of this kosher. I'm out of here. When the end of that meeting, we see Miss Carney stand up there over there. You know, Miss Carney, listen. Season 1 and 2, Carney was a little questionable. Season 3 going forward, Carney be sharp as a tack. You understand me? They got Carney in New Gill. Carney was laid. She's sitting there. She's looking at Phil like, you had better get that bitch together and get this shit moving smooth, honey. I said, it's Carney, honey. Anyway, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But yeah, her dude told her, the choir director guy told her, I'm going. I ain't staying here for this. And you can see the dismay of the board members. I'm like, y'all been screwed, honey. It just is what it is. So Aaron ends up talking to Grace. And AJ told her, get AJ. I want to talk to you. Here, AJ's case has been closed. AJ's no longer a suspect. And what happened is the blame has been put on this other guy. And said the guy has been doing some other robberies around town and this, that, thing, and the other, some other drugstores and stuff. And he just kind of appeared. And then he showed Grace the picture. And it's the guy who actually walked onto the grounds. Now, catch this now. This is what I got from it. Because other people, listen, this is the best part about this, where they took this into, I hate to call it a supernatural realm, but that's kind of what I got from it. And I told y'all that when the guy actually walked up, that it was like a lot of something going on. But just hear me out with what I got from it. So here the guy, he is now getting the blame. AJ is completely off the hook. Then the guy was shot and killed, like like right after Grace seen him. Like shortly after, he was shot and killed. So that's it. Everything goes away with the dead man, because you can't. I mean, what are you going to do? Put his tombstone up in a cell? So everything goes away. And what AJ ended up saying to Grace, she's sitting there, you know, she's kind of zoning out. AJ just confused. Because AJ, remember, is not a complete believer. He's not a complete believer. And this is where some of this is going to go. We all believe different things. Our spiritualities and our religions are something different. Even the people in my chat. So this is where the conversation is going to go with this. And I'm very, very interested to see what you all are going to have to say. So, you know, I will be reading the comments like this, honey. So, Aaron said to Grace, it's basically a miracle. We should be thankful to God. And I said, I got you, Aaron. Now, This is what I got. And Grace was sitting there. Grace ended up going to see Darius as well to get more information about it. But Grace is a believer and she knows how God works. Now, good, bad, or indifferent, what I believe was actually happening here, and I wouldn't have wrote it this way, but basically, it was another sacrifice. It was another sacrifice. Because I said he was like an angel that actually came. He came to save AJ. Now, we have free will as well. Okay? We got a free mind and free will to do whatever it is that we are going to do with the information that you have and whatever blessings that God puts in front of you. You can deal with them how you want to deal with them. He don't force you to do anything. He doesn't force you to go right or left. It's on you to choose whether to go right or left or to stand still. So the way I took it, it was another sacrifice. There was an angel sacrificing themselves for the soul of AJ. This right here was the thing that could push AJ one way or the other. Either now you're going to be a believer or you're still going to stand in that haze that you're in. Because AJ is always in that place where he kind of knows something's going on, but he really don't want to believe it because he can't see it. But that's what faith is about. You don't see it. You feel it. And you believe it. Because there's a feeling that you have about it that you just go with it because you know what it is. You know what it is. But so that was what I got. Okay? And then we're going to go on from here. I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it some more, and then we're going to get in the comments, and we're going to talk. We're going to have one of our talks. I might actually go live at some point and actually really discuss this with you all. We'll see. I'll see how things go in the comments. But I definitely think just this piece of the show is worth a conversation. So look forward to me doing some type of a live. I probably will. Anyway, moving on. So, Grace and Darius end up talking. She's trying to track everything. She basically accepts it for what it is because, again, she is a believer. She gets it. It is what it is. But then in the meantime, Darius actually figures out, he said, I know what happened with Bob, what Bob was doing and why Bob did this, that, thing, and the other. He bought property. He was donating money. He was doing this, that, and come to find out, oh, Bob is running for Senate. And the whole thing with that is absolutely to pull everybody in. You got to get the black vote. You got to get the black vote to be able to do what you got to do. But remember, he's Republican. He's Republican, so you really showing out for the black folk. Trying to make them believe that you're doing something for them so you can show racial harmony to get where you want to be. You ain't slick, Bob. So I said, interesting. Anyway, let's flip back. Jacob ends up leaving home, goes and speaks to, remember old girl from the first season? The one that he was cheating on Carissa with? The Caucasian woman? He goes to see her because now he wants more information about Mac and that will and all of this. He goes to see her. She got a real attitude because remember, she lost her job at the Greenleaf estate and church. Then she went to another church. She got kicked out of there. You know, she was attached to Mac. So basically, she has a shit name all over. She's struggling, basically. And now she got this little half and half baby. I said, oh, a little girl. So she's kind of, and she's real like short with Jacob and everything because he just kind of flipped on her, you know, real immature, flipped on her. It was what it was, girl. Listen, you put yourself in that position. It wasn't right how he just left you hanging, but oh well, girl, you the other woman. That's what happens to the other woman, honey. Um, you were a clean up woman. A woman who ends up by herself with a half black baby. That's what ends up happening, girl. That's on you. But anyway, he ends up getting his balls up and asks her, and she said, "What, you want to know, is she yours?" "No, she's not yours. I would have never kept yours." I think she's lying. I think she's lying, and I think we'll find out later that that little girl is another Sophia, honey. She's another little Greenleaf baby, honey. Hmm. Another AJ, honey. Hmm. Anyway, listen. So we go from there. She ends up telling him, she says, Mac had a storage locker, you know, where he used to keep stuff. And she said, I just never went to it because I was always afraid of what I may find out. I said, I know that's right, because he was a whole damn mess. So Jacob actually apologized to her for everything that had happened. And that's a good thing you did, because that's going to bring it full circle when she comes back around, like, you know, that's your daughter. Anyway, that's just me. I'm making that up as we go. So that's that. AJ and Grace end up having a conversation, and she assures him, listen, it's over, no matter what, no matter how. This is what it is. You are free. You're free. You got, you know, we're going to start from here. This is done. This is all behind us. And, you know, he was being regular old AJ, and then he, you know, she's basically, you know, listen, it is what it is. It's done. It really is done. You don't have to run. You don't have to do any of those things. You are free. Everything's going to be fine, like actually fine. And he smiled. Like, that's something we never see from AJ. He smiled. She said, we're going to go out let's go out as a family. He said, and what, just have some dinner and celebrate? She's like, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, God made a path, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to take the path, and we're going to celebrate, and we're going to move on from here, and everything's going to be good. And he smiled. He smiled, and she smiled back at him. And she went out, and he said, I'm gonna get in touch with Sophia, and then, you know, later on I'm gonna let you know, and then we'll get everything going. He's like, okay, smile. And then after she left out the room, he had this very grim look on his face. And I was, because he started packing like he was getting ready to run again. And then he looked in the mirror and he stopped. And he just looked had this really different look on his face. And I was like, okay, is this it? Did AJ get it? You know, because that's what I'm like waiting. Are you becoming a believer? Did you actually get what has happened here? Like, are you? Because he kept saying, well, so that guy, so he just gonna take the rap? She's like, because he said, I know I did, like I did it. I know that I did. For whatever reason, you've been cleared, and you got to let the universe do what it do. And that was that. So I said, okay, what's going on? Moving on. Next thing I know, see how the people be flipping on you, and then they be have to come back and BP and PP, honey. Here we got Clara, Misty, and Clara's granddaughter are all sitting down there, which naturally the granddaughter never flipped, but Clara and Misty, they down there sitting with Bishop. And now they talking about, what we going to do? This just ain't right. We got to get our church back. No, 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 no. No, 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 you Bible thumping whores. Because y'all were so quick to flip on May and him. But down here y'all are sitting in their living room. I said, child, just like church folk, honey. Just always going with what you think is the winning side, honey. I said, Anyway, let's talk about Sophia and the little boyfriend. So she was supposed to be going over to the little house. Wait a minute, honey, did y'all see the little outfit that Sophia had on, baby? Stomach all out. She looked real cute. Cute little horse, little sandals. And I said, girl, she was looking like she's about to have her a hot girl summer. I was like, work, Sophia. Gets there, baby, and the ex is in there sitting on the couch. And he told her, you said we need to figure out, we're trying to figure it out. Can I call you later? She said, no, baby. No. Don't call me. Don't do it at all. And then she told him, she said, don't call me. I'm done with it. Because the truth of the matter is, and she was very mature with this, but I know her little soul was crushed. She said, anything that's worth anything or anything that was anything never ends that quickly. So it is what it is. Though I am upset, and though I'm not upset, I'm hurt, but I'm not mad. And I think she's more mad at herself, which was very smart, Sophia. And the thing, because she really liked him, it wasn't about his money, like with that other little whore, because Sophia already got her own money. So it was like, So she walked off, and she did just what she was supposed to. Now, we'll see what happens going forward, but she shouldn't even want to be bothered. To hell with him. I thought he was looking kind of goofy earlier. I was like, what do you got going on? Anyway. So then Bishop and May. Now, this made me very happy. Bishop goes to May. Told her, you need to drop this whole fast that you're on. She says, I know you want to punish me now, but just don't do it. It's for your safety, James. Don't do it. You know? He was like, no, that's not it at all, May. He says, listen, I need you. And he sat down, baby, and he told her. First of all, he gave her complete flowers about the day with Lady May and this, that, and the other. And he said, I was in my own stuff and, pride and different things. He said, but I watched you and I watched how you gathered the flock and how you handled the flock. And he said, I need you. It's time for us to let that go. Sometimes you got to let go. You be holding on to stuff. Let that go. It's time for us to build another church of our own together and get our flock and move on. And he said, and the first step is City Hall this afternoon. We're getting married. And we're going to eat. We're not doing this fast thing. So I was like, listen, I was sitting over there, baby, and I was like, and May was here for it. She's like, I ain't for no cock and bull kind of, that underhand. He's like, no. Going forward correctly, together, as a union, and a whole family unit. So, May wanted to just go ahead and just do him and her. He was like, no. This is a Greenleaf situation. So everybody got a call to come, and everybody was going to the wedding. So, Charity goes to see Phil. Now, we're getting to see that Phil really does have feelings for Charity. But you did what you did. Charity, he in there looking at a picture of Charity. Charity shows up. He opened the door. She come in there with her little dress on. Well, she been walking around showing herself all day. And basically tells him, why? Why did you even do this? Why? Like, why you just threw me away? And he told her, Bob is making me do this. And I've been 20 years trying to get this position and everything, and I don't know how to let that go. I just don't. It's been 20 years in the making. She said, oh, but you realize, you figured out how to let me go, just not how to let this other bullcrap go. She's like, oh, okay, cool. You and Judy. She gave her ring back. Girl, don't you know you'll never get the ring back, dude? Never, ever give the ring back, honey. Never. I don't care how much money you got. You never give the ring back. If you don't have to do nothing but take it and put it on a necklace and give it to one of your kids, never give the ring back. Anyway, she gave the ring back, baby, and he was sitting in there looking real stupid, honey. And she said, give Judy my best, honey. I said, oh. So listen, I'm kind of liking where Charity's character's going. Even though she's still Charity, she's still stupid, and she still be crying and stuff. She's more assertive, and she's walking around here with a vengeance, and I'm here for it. I am. So, last thing, we get to the house. Everybody's pulling up to the house. They're gathering in cars so they can go. Listen, Jacob, when I tell you Jacob and Carissa, their conversations were just so nasty. I love it, honey. So cut, so curt, and so nasty. I mean, just Real nice, everybody's supposed to be there, so that would include you too. Just nasty, honey. I said, oh, yes, honey. But before all of that, Jacob had a little conversation with Aaron. And Aaron told, that's where he went to start looking for stuff with Mac and all. He said, what you need to find, he said, because this is a mess. He said, I would hope that you could fix whatever this is. He's like, I don't think so. My little ding dong is dripping, honey. I don't think so. He didn't tell him that. That's me. But he said, what you need to do is find whatever will superseded that will to find out exactly where the discrepancies are, and then you have something to work with. I said, okay, come on, Aaron. Fine and smart. Anyway, so all of that was that. And everybody's getting together. Sophia shows up last. She goes up and said, let me grab a jacket. Listen, her little cousin, honey, was like, slut. Being all nasty, and Lady Mae was like, what's going on with you two, honey? I said, child, a mess. A whole mess. She goes to get her jacket. Grace is the last one that pulls up. Grace says, well, where's AJ? Sophia said, I went to his room. I didn't see him. She's like, wait a minute, hold on. So she goes and she runs in. Everybody's like, come on, we got to go. So she runs into the house, and she's looking around. AJ's bag is still there, and she's like, AJ. So his bathroom door is closed. She tries the door. The door is locked. Baby, she banged through the door. AJ done slit his gut to them wrists. I said, now, AJ. Now, y'all know, AJ gripes my bottom, okay? AJ drives me crazy. But I'm in a different space with AJ at this point because, again, I told you I felt like he was in that place of possibly becoming a believer, okay? But we know that AJ has some serious demons as well. So I don't know. They didn't even lead on to let us know exactly what has happened. We don't know if he's actually going to die, but his wrist was slipped pretty good, and he was really unresponsive, and she's hollering for somebody, and ain't nobody coming, and I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see what side won, the dark force or the light force. Remember, I believe AJ's actually going to die. I do. I believe that AJ's going to die. And I'm going to tell you why. Just in my time here on the planet, honey, I know and I realize there's always 50% of everything. There's 50% of good, there's 50% of bad. Even in the battles, the light side doesn't always win. Sometimes the dark side wins as well. It's the balance. There's always a balance. So everything is going good family-wise. Like the family was literally all gathered. The family's been in shambles completely. Even when Charity rolled up and they said, we're having this wedding where you and me and your mother are getting married, and that was what it was. And the parents are both standing there, and May ain't feeling Charity at all. Wasn't. But then she said, you all want me to show up? And he said, I said get in the car, Charity. So everything was good. And then boom, here we go with AJ. The bond of the Greenleaf family is getting ready to merge. Light don't always win. Dark always still gets, it's 50% of both. So that's where I'm at with it. That's why I feel the way I feel. I'll be very interested. Like I said, this is why I love this show, because we do have these conversations. I can't wait to actually read what you all have to say. And I definitely think we're going to be doing some lives throughout this season, this being this last season of this. We're going to make the best of it. Okay, listen. 30 minutes. I'm out. I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. I will see you all very, very soon. I ain't even going to say next week. I'm going to see you all very, very soon. Later. Hit them comments. Let the conversation begin. All right, y'all. Later.